Would you rather have a health expense or make an investment in your health? A good investment grows and can be relied on for future needs. An expense is money gone forever. But how do you know a good investment when you see one? Have you ever thought about investments as it relates to your health? Is your current health policy an expense or a good investment? How much money have you wasted on healthcare expenses over the last few years? When you visit your current healthcare provider, are you investing in your future health by learning how to feel better, look better, and live longer? Or are you just paying another expense and throwing money out the window? Everybody knows healthcare is expensive. We have the most expensive healthcare system in the world. Premiums are skyrocketing, co-pays are doubling every year. Your medication continues to rise, and so does your out-of-pocket expense. Time with your doctor is continuing to get shorter. All healthcare providers are becoming more specialized. You get shuffled from doctor to doctor, having test after test to address your chronic symptoms, and you never seem to get anywhere, but your expenses continue to rise. Our current healthcare system is about to be turned upside down. Listen to this presentation. It describes a new way of investing in your health and see if it makes sense to you. If it does, take the next step and schedule your comprehensive health evaluation. We all know chronic disease is on the rise. Classic examples of chronic disease are obesity, cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. One day you're fine. The next day, one of these diseases have crept up on you like it's fallen out of the sky. Signs of chronic disease are your growing waistline, your rising blood pressure, the fluid retention that you have, your increasing blood sugar levels, and your slow ability to recover from a stressful situation. The sad thing is, we have all been told that this is a normal part of aging. Is it? Chronic disease rates have never been greater. The U.S. has the highest cost of healthcare per person in the world, but it ranks 79th out of 82 industrialized countries when it comes to successfully treating chronic disease. Is there a problem with this picture? We have all been taught health is simply a lack of symptoms, not all about vitality, beauty, or quality of life. We have all been conditioned to eliminate our symptoms using medications. So when you eliminate symptoms without addressing the underlying cause by taking medication, chronic disease continues to grow unchecked until it finally overtakes your body. Isn't it time to make the changes that will improve your health investment and lead to a more fulfilling life? Let's talk about health and your insurance. Are you entitled to be healthy? Is your health a God-given right? You shouldn't have to work at your health, right? Your health is your most precious gift. When you were young, you healed effortlessly. But our current society and lifestyle continually erodes our health by poor eating habits, unrelenting stress, and a toxic environment. Sadly, the problem with our healthcare system is only getting worse. Chronic disease is becoming accepted as inevitable. Getting older equals chronic disease. Sickness care, which is our current healthcare model, sits and waits for you to get bad enough so you can be rescued from your sickness crisis. The U.S. healthcare system is #1 in the world when it comes to emergency and crisis care, but we are number 79 out of 82 of the first world countries when it comes to treating chronic disease. Is your insurance company concerned about you staying healthy? They will certainly penalize you if you get sick by increasing your deductibles and your copays, but is that the same thing? If your insurance company wants you to stay healthy, shouldn't they pay for fitness plans, nutrition programs, and wellness plans to keep you from getting sick? Truth be told, your insurance company wants you to stay away from all healthcare expenses under their watch. They want to collect your premiums and invest it, usually in healthcare companies, and become more profitable. They will happily help you pay for symptom-stopping medications so you don't recognize you are developing a disabling chronic disease. They want to kick the can down the road and let Medicare pay for your expensive chronic disease treatments in the future. This situation continues to worsen. Insurance systems are designed to keep you in the dark about what is really going on with your health until it's too late. Are you ready to change this situation and demand improvement in your health investment and the quality of life moving forward? If the answer is yes, then take the next step and schedule your comprehensive health evaluation. What goes through the doctor's mind when you're having your yearly physical? Is their intention to educate you on how to stay healthy, or are they just looking for symptoms? If you tell them about your symptoms, won't they just prescribe medication and send you to another provider for further testing? Isn't that the way it usually goes? They have been trained to diagnose and treat sickness. If you have a symptom or a lab test is out of range, they are very skilled at addressing those problems. But what if you don't feel right, but all your tests are normal? You know something is wrong. Do they know what to do if you're not sick enough according to their tests? They're not bad people. They just aren't trained to look at the root cause of a problem. This problem is only getting worse. The more specialized a doctor is, the less they look at the big picture cause of any problem. They just want to deal with their specific specialized area. If you're sick and tired of working with that kind of doctor and really want to get to the root cause of what's going on with you, it's time to get a comprehensive health evaluation. Let me tell you a little story. A seemingly healthy 24-year-old male who was an athletic marvel in high school came to see me. He was strong, fast, and handsome. He went off to college and continued his winning ways. Then tragedy struck his family. He was pulled back by honor and commitment to return to the environment of his past glory, but something was definitely wrong. He could barely get out of bed each morning despite his muscular build. His memory was failing, he couldn't sleep, his appetite was gone. He went to multiple doctors and was put on multiple medications. Depression, anxiety, sleep, pain medications were all prescribed to him to help him with his symptoms. Sadly, none of them put a dent in his actual condition. So he turned to recreational drugs to numb his brain even further. Those didn't last either. As a last resort, he came to see me. I listened and we talked about his entire problem, mentally, physically, and chemically. I reassured him his problems were real. His ability to handle stress was broken, and it would take a step-by-step guided approach to rebuild each of these three areas. Mentally, we agreed on realistic goals and time frames. Chemically, we would agree on a proper diet and specific supplements. Physically, we would agree on the number of adjustments, massages, and fitness routine he would need to rebuild his stress handling ability. In 3 months, he had his life back. He was able to put his life back together once we agreed on the one thing he needed to do right now to continue to build his ability to handle stress again. He did the work, we provided the guidance and the tools. I could tell you the same story about a 78-year-old carpenter, or a 46-year-old professional woman, or a 45-year-old stay-at-home mom. Every person is unique and every person has a different story. Every person deserves to be provided with an opportunity to heal. Health is your ability to heal the mind, body, and spirit, no matter what kind of stress your day brings. So how do you think you're doing with your health right now? Most people think they're doing pretty well. They look around and see their friends and coworkers, and everybody's all in about the same boat. The norm today is for each person to take one medication for every decade of life. So if you are 40, then you're on 4 medications. If you're a 50, then you're on 5 medications. However, we all know someone who bucks this trend. Isn't this the person you should be comparing yourself to? We all know people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s that don't take any medication regularly and have a fantastic quality of life. They enjoy life every day. Isn't this the person you should be comparing yourself to? Shouldn't you study their habits and lifestyle and build your future upon what they are doing? Remember, medications are designed to stop symptoms, not take care of the underlying cause of a disease. So if you are comparing yourself to the normal people in your life, is that okay? They're taking 4 or 5 medications. Do you want to pay for those medications that are designed to mask your symptoms and allow a devastating chronic disease to continue to grow? If you continue down that path, is your health going to continue to get worse? If it is time to make the change and demand improvement in your current situation, we are here to support that decision. You might be wondering, what is the cost of doing nothing? What is going to happen if you continue to walk down your current path? How much money are you going to have to put aside for future healthcare expenses? Current estimates are just one chronic disease can cost you more than $8,000 per year over and above your copays and premiums. What if you have 2 or more of these costly chronic diseases? These prices will continue to rise as our population continues to get older and puts more pressure on our current sickness care model of healthcare. If you continue to do nothing different, you will be looking at decades of rising expenses that will only drain your ability to do the things you really want to do in the future. However, if you are willing to demand improvement in yourself and in your healthcare, there is hope and help. This is where we come in. If you're ready to make a change, take the next step, and schedule your comprehensive health evaluation, call 253-2370. What is the one thing you must do right now to be healthy? Every person is unique. Your combination to feeling totally alive, energetic, and filled with life is totally personal. So how can you discover your unique combination to unlock the abundance of health locked deep away inside of you? I have focused on this question my entire 28-year career, and now I'm ready to benefit you with my discovery. So how can I unlock your total health potential? By doing one thing at a time. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? How can doing one thing make you feel better, look better, and live longer? What is the one thing you need to focus on right now that will unlock your ability to heal once and for all? Only you can tell me that. I know what you're thinking. That's a total cop-out. But you have been struggling your whole life to look good, feel good, and have a long, happy life, and look where it got you already. You are nowhere close to where you want to be, and you have spent massive amounts of money, time, and energy with different healthcare providers, and you find yourself continuing to search for answers. That's not good. So what makes my approach different? Why do I think you will enjoy a huge benefit and finally see the results that you've been searching for? What makes us different is we concentrate a laser focus on only one part of your health at a time. Once we solve your biggest health problem you face right now and put that problem to rest, then and only then will we move on to the next problem. Then we'll move on to the next problem, then the next problem, until finally your entire healthy lifestyle combination is revealed and you'll be living the life of abundance, joy, and energy you have always dreamed of. In 1897, Vilfredo Pareto described how 80% of results come from only 20% of the work. In other words, if you focus your attention on the most important 20% of your multiple health problems, your results will be magnified by up to 4 times. Pareto's principle, or the 80-20 rule, has been used for over a century to improve the efficiency of millions of different businesses. It's time to use the same proven principle to supercharge your health creation. But what if we took it even further? What if we applied the 80-20 rule again to the first 20% of your health problems we found, and then kept applying this rule until we uncovered the most important one thing that we can do right now to break free from your pain, lack of energy, and feeling life has been sucked right out of you? This is the essence of our discovery process. Our discovery process looks at every aspect of your health. We evaluate all of your mental, physical, and chemical health. Then you and I sit down and decide your one thing to focus on right now to multiply your results. For some people, they have to get out of pain before they can even think about exercise. For others, they need to focus on their eating habits. Still others need to focus on reducing or eliminating medications that are causing terrible side effects that just can't live with anymore. Do you begin to see the picture? So how exactly do I uncover your one thing? First, you and I sit down and have a conversation. We discuss where you would like to be with your health in a year from now. I will ask you questions like, if you could wave a magic wand and look a year into the future, and you could look better, feel better, and have more vitality, what would that look like for you? We will also discover your why, and that's what it means for you to be healthy. Your why is the most important thing we must uncover. Is your why to take care of your family? Is it to be able to play with your kids or grandkids? Is it to enjoy your spouse or kids without pain or being wiped out for the next few days or weeks? These are just a few examples of your possible motivations or why. Next, we will talk about how you are going to accomplish your why. Do you have to eat better? Do you have to exercise more? How are you going to control your stress? Do you have to be better at time management? Many different things come in during this part of the conversation. They are all important, but we have to decide the one thing that is most important for you right now. Finally, we are going to figure out what we are going to track to measure your progress. Each of your different hows has a specific number associated with it, and we can measure your improvement. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. Once we have finished our conversation and we have decided why, how, and what we are going to measure, and you decide to move forward in the process of discovery, we will send you an extensive link to your email address. In this email is a comprehensive survey you complete to assess your health picture from a functional point of view. Once you complete the survey, it will be available for analysis as soon as you finish it. Next, you will meet with our certified personal trainer and health coach to complete a fitness assessment and a dietary history to document where you are right now. This is your starting point from a physical and chemical point of view. Everybody starts at a different place, and it really doesn't matter where you start. What matters most is where you finish. Once all of these assessments are completed, we meet again and go over all of the results. We go over your medical history, medications, current symptoms, and then you and I agree on the one thing we will tackle first. Most people are really surprised at the one thing that needs to be addressed first. You probably already instinctively know, but we will uncover your one thing in all its glory. Then it is decision time. With all the results in hand, you and I will agree if membership in my practice is right for you. It won't be right for everyone, but you will have everything you need to make an informed decision. Are you ready to take the next step? You know your current health situation isn't going to get better on its own. Isn't it time for a change in the way you look and feel about yourself? You deserve to live a quality life for as long as you live. There is always hope for improvement. Below is a description of the comprehensive health evaluation. If you would like to begin the discovery process, call 253-2370 and schedule a no-obligation consultation with Dr. Hemmer. Once you have gone through the entire discovery process and you have all of your questions answered, you and Dr. Hemmer will agree if you are right for membership. If you're ready to feel better, look better, and live longer, call 253-2370 and see if membership is right for you.